awareness. This could be for young drivers, beginning drivers. We're going to go through this information. You need to write it down because we're trying to get you to pass the test. So risk awareness, this is a fact sheet. These are things you need to know, you need to understand. I'm going to go through it right now, and then you need to copy this down. So let's talk about some risks. Why should young drivers 16 and 17 be concerned? All of you are 16 and 17. Some of you might be a little bit older, a little bit younger. Risk is the chance of death, injury, or loss of life. We all take risk. When you get into your car in the morning, you're taking a risk of backing over someone. If you run a light, you're taking a risk of hitting someone. When you make a right turn, if you don't look left, right, and left, you could run over a pedestrian, or if you don't look to the left, right? So you have to be ready for those risks, and we're trying to minimize it so you live a long time. We know the first 10 years, you're learning how to drive. It takes you 10 years to become a master. If you're 16, that's 26. If you're 16, that's 27. Sorry, I was muted. So risk awareness, young drivers, I'm doing good, Jay. Young drivers, risk awareness, 16 to 17 years old should be concerned. Risk is the chance of death, loss of life, damage. There are 16,790 16 to 17-year-old drivers who are involved in property damage, injury, or fatal crashes. We want to get those numbers down. So it takes effort from parents, driver's ed schools, the community. 10% of 16 to 17-year-old drivers are involved in a crash during their first 3 years. Know how to get a chance to do the eye patch, but I promise I will. 9.2% of 16-year-old drivers have a crash before they're 17. So you need to be aware of this. About half of you. We're almost at 20. Half of you will have a crash before your 17th birthday. It's statistics. I'm going through this information. 78 16 to 17-year-olds who were involved in a crash, either as a driver or passenger or bicyclist or pedestrian. That happened to my daughter when she was in high school. One of her friends ran a light. They thought the old lady in front of her was going to run the light. She didn't. She rear-ended my daughter's friend. My daughter was not driving, and my daughter hurt her neck. Okay, we got this message 1:30 in the morning. My wife and I were like, oh my God, what happened? So you have to be aware. Your parents really do care about you. Approximately 27 young drivers were involved in a fatal crash between 2016 and 2020. We know this could be an increase. Here's some of the main reasons why young drivers crash. Inexperience. Yeah, I know you've been driving, Samantha. Yeah, Ashley, I know you've been driving. Jasmine, I know you've been driving. But you don't have experience. You're not taking those deep drives from here to Texas, from here to Toronto, from here to Iowa. Yes, you may have went a state over. Good, you should. But you're not taking that deep drive, 6 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours, where you're driving at 70 or 75 for 5 hours, 6 hours, 10 hours. Your eyes hurt, your back hurts, you're stiff, but your parents are making you drive. So you haven't had those deep drives yet, okay? And you will. Failure to adjust speed adequately for traffic, curves, and slick surfaces. We've had a lot of cold weather in our region. A lot of you don't have experience. This is the first really cold, icy winter we've had in a couple of years. There are more accidents. Failure to recognize hazards. There's ice on the road. You don't know what to do. You're going fast because you're late to school, but then you rear end someone because they didn't run the light, and then it's your fault. So you have to learn these things. You're going to learn from your parents. You're going to learn from me. You're going to learn from watching videos. So all this information will make you a safe driver. It takes time. Also say failure to recognize hazardous situations is the underlying error in most crashes. Lack of attention to driving caused by distractions. You're on your phone. You're looking at your little snowman your friend gave you, right? You're playing with a screwdriver. You're about to stab yourself because you're going to run a light, right? So we got to focus on driving. I need you to put in, I'm going to pick a number. Number two, why are new drivers at such high risk compared to other age drivers? Please put that in. Why are new drivers at such a higher risk compared to other age drivers? Please put that in. I'm going to have you answer one question from each discussion item. Remember, I'm getting through this first. You have a lot of work to do when I'm done. You will have a quizzy. You'll have a couple of Kahoots. There's some segment 2 videos. We'll have a question and answer. But right now, you are getting this information you need to pass your test, to be a safe driver, and to go on. Okay, I was talking to a person on social media. He is from New York. You can't get your full license until you're 18. And in New York, you get a junior license when you're 17. So I'll say it again. You can't get your full license in New York until you are 18. He told me they have a junior license at 17. All of you have the junior license. You have a limited time you can drive. You can't have a bunch of friends in the car. It's strict. So I asked you, why are new drivers at such a high risk compared to other drivers? New drivers are at high risk. They don't have much experience. Thank you, Evan. I'm looking for something different. Less experience. A lot of you saying the same thing, experience. Let's keep going. When do young driver crashes occur? 50% of all young driver fatal car crashes happen during the daylight. So you would think it's going to happen at night, it's going to happen at a different time period, but it happens during the daylight hours. Let's keep it going. 31.4% of all young driver fatal car crashes happen on dark, unlit roads. I need you definitely to write this down. The most dangerous time for young driver fatal car crashes is the 3-hour period after school, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. That's when the likelihood of you dying will occur. Why? You're inexperienced, you're late to work, you got to pick up your sister from the elementary, you are going to another school for a basketball game, your parent is angry at you because Progress Sports came out and you're failing geometry. So all those pressures, and we have a lot of young drivers in the parking lots across the country driving 2 to 5 p.m. That's the most dangerous time. Let's keep going. 16.8% of young driver fatal car crashes happen 9 p.m. to midnight. You should be in by 9. But I have a job. Your boss needs to write a note that you carry with you in case you get pulled over. 30.7% of fatal car crashes happen Friday and Saturday. People are partying. Your school won the girls' basketball championship until you play one of the schools in the city and you lose. Or you play one of the schools in the rural areas that are really good. Or you go to Chicago and you lose in the tournament. High school is a special time. You only get in high school one time. You might as well enjoy it. You have to learn how to drive during this period. The longer you wait, the harder it's going to be. Let's keep going. Nationwide, there are more than 30% of deaths involving teen drivers occur in what is called the 100 deadliest days. This is the period that runs through Memorial Day to Labor Day. So please remember what is called the 100 deadliest days, a period that runs through Memorial Day to Labor Day. Letting you know. Over a 5-year period, they did a longitudinal study from 2016 to 2020. The highest number of young driver fatal car crashes occur in June. The seniors are getting out. I already have my credits. I can leave school early. They're driving fast. They're partying. So during June, that's a very dangerous month. Let's keep going. We're going to ask you another question. Why is, I'm going to hit you with this one. Why is 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. another dangerous period for young drivers? And how can you reduce the risk when driving during this time? I'll say it again. You need to answer this question. You need to type it in. Again, why is 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. another dangerous period for young drivers? Please answer that question, all of you. How can you reduce the risk when driving during this time? Take a moment, 30 seconds, 1 minute. We have a lot to go. I'm only on page 4. I'm going through to page 12. If you're listening right now, go ahead and put your information in. This is really important. America, this can definitely help you, giving you insight. I'll see your responses in the chat. Please put them in. Okay, let's keep it going. I'm looking at some of your comments now. Drunk drivers could be on the road. Thank you. This period is dangerous. Returning home. Young drivers can practice driving at night. It's harder to drive at night because you can't see. Vision is really important. You have reduced visibility at night. A lot of you don't drive at night. Your parents don't want you to drive at night. So guess what? You're going to be home before it gets dark. And if you're not home, your parents are going to be like, where are you at? Come home now. And then you get embarrassed because some of your parents don't care. Okay, let's go on. Where do young driver fatal car crashes occur? Fatal car crashes occur on roadways where the speed limit is 55 or less. 92% of your crashes will occur on roadways where it's 55 miles an hour or less. You would think it's on the highway, but it's not. Because many of you don't want to go on the highway. You'll get cut off. You'll get tailgated. You go too slow. In other words, you should be staying to the right lane. 13.9% of young driver fatal car crashes occur on roadways where the speed limit is 35 miles an hour or less. So parking lots, around the neighborhood. 68.6% of young fatal car crashes occur on country roads or city streets. So city streets, country roads. On country roads, there's less people, less light. You're going to speed. On city streets, you have pedestrians who don't care, Samantha. They're going to walk out in front of you, and if you hit them, it's your fault. Yeah, you got your dash cam. So what? You should have yielded. I didn't see him, officer. Too bad. They're hit on the ground. You better get a lawyer. Well, I got my video. Well, your video showed you paused, and then you kept going. So you need to get a dash cam. I strongly recommend that. 5.1% of young driver fatal car crashes happen on the interstate. It's always okay to be nervous. If we're unfamiliar doing something, it's okay to be nervous. When it first snows, there's heavy snow, it's okay to be nervous. When you're driving an expressway and there's a lot of ice, it's okay to be nervous. It's okay to be nervous. That is a natural response. Okay? Seeing a jet, you're going to go on. You're going to be nervous when it first takes off. Is this thing going to crash? When you get ready to land, is this thing going to crash? When you first get into your car and start it, do your brakes work? Is there an animal around your car? Are you looking through your neighborhood or going 40? It's always okay to be nervous. I should be nervous right now talking to you. I have a little bit of energy and a little bit of butterflies, but I'm used to it. So it's okay to be nervous. Compared to older drivers, young drivers are more likely to be involved in crashes where road conditions are icy. I just talked about this, wet, snowy, or the road is mud, dirt, or gravel. You know how to drive, young drivers, but you don't know how to drive when it's wet. Yes, I do. No, you don't. You know how to drive, but it's icy. I know how to drive on ice. No, you don't. You're going too fast. You know how to drive in snow. No, you don't. You know how to drive when the road is mud. No, you don't. When it's dirt. No, you don't. When it's gravel. So each of these driving environments triggers a different action. I would be nervous when it's wet outside. I'm on the expressway. I would be nervous if it's icy. So Reduce your speed. Calm down. 68% of young driver fatal car crashes happen where there's no traffic control. A yield sign, a stop sign. You don't look left and right. You go through and you get hit. People don't stop at stop signs. Stop means stop for 3 seconds. 1001, 1002, 1003. Yield means slow down and look. If there's a car or pedestrian, you slow down almost to a stop. 5.8% of young drivers in fatal car crashes occur where the driver is making a left turn. Let's pause for a second. Left turns are the most dangerous because you have to judge the speed of the car coming across your face. When I first drove, a lot of you were looking left and right. And I'm like, stop looking left and right. Look straight ahead to the left, and then you pause. Okay? And then you have to go up to the middle of the intersection. And then you wait and you look. You look to the left. Are there pedestrians? Are there bicyclists? If it's clear, you make your turn in the nearest lane. On your road test, if you turn in the wrong lane, you will be marked down. Well, my mom doesn't do that. I'm not driving your mom. My dad doesn't do it. I'm not driving your dad. We're preparing you for the road test. What don't you understand? Next, 2.9% young driver fatal car crashes occur driving on a curve. You're going into the curve too fast. And you hit a patch of ice, you're going to roll your car over. If it's at night, you won't be able to see. So we want to teach you to go into the curve slow. Your parents should be coaching you up. Don't worry, I'll talk to your parents. Okay, the first one, how does speed limit affect young driver crashes? Again, I need you to answer this. How do speed limits affect young driver crashes? Take a moment, put in your answer. I'm going through this. I'm halfway through this document right now where you are learning. Is it okay to be nervous? Your first few, yes, it's always okay to be nervous. Don't put pressure on yourself. Hey, give us a thumbs up. If I'm bringing you value, give this a thumbs up. We're trying to grow this. We're trying to make it better. Put your questions in. Okay, I'm going to look at some of your questions. Young drivers do speed. You love speed. You're late home. You're speeding. You're late to school. You're speeding. You're late picking up your sister at elementary. You're speeding. You're late coming home from your job. You're speeding. You're late to work. You're speeding. Because if you keep being late to work, they're going to fire you. Well, the manager doesn't like me. No, the manager is doing their job. If I come late to work, I will be fired. So you have to follow. Oh, I forgot I'm talking to teenagers. You don't follow the rules. Why? Because your brain is still developing to age 24. Oh, you mean my parents really care about me? Most of the time they do care about you. You mean my teacher cares? Yes, we care, but you didn't do the extra credit. You missed 5 homework assignments, and parent-teacher conferences are Thursday. Can I do those 5 assignments now? No. I guess you're going to get embarrassed when your mom or dad comes to school conferences and the car's going to be taken away because you don't do your job. Well, I'm stressed. No one cares. We all stressed. Okay, let's keep moving. Fact sheet 4, young drivers plus passengers increase risk. Please write this down. The more people you have in a car, the more likely you are to be in a crash. Again, the more people you have in a, well, what do you mean? Compared to drivers with no passengers, 16 to 17 or 16 to 19, 16 to 17-year-old drivers risk death per mile driven. So this has been a longitudinal study. Someone with a master's degree or PhD has done a study. And they posted this in this document, so you know it's a high quality source. This is why the little 3 is by there. Okay, so if you have 1 person in the car, your risk goes up 44%. 44. 1 person. Why? Your friend is talking. They're distracting. Did you see that guy? Wow. You see that girl? Whoa. You see that Tesla? Whoa. And then you run a light. If you had 2 people, it doubles. 88. It doubles. You need to remember this. You're going to be seeing it. I'm pushing through this. And the rest of the time, you're going to be working. So it doubles. So you want to limit the number of passengers. Most states across the United States have some type of graduated license. And your driving is casual driving. You're not a professional. It's casual driving, going from school home, going from school to work, going from school to the elementary to pick up your sister, and then drop her off at your grandmother's house, and then go to work, and then come home at 8:30. Because you guys are under 18, you can only work a certain number of hours. All of them. Every single one I can. Let's keep going. It quadruples. That's over 132 or 144% when you have 3 or more passengers. So let's review. 1 person is 44%. 2 people, it doubles to 88. 3, it quadruples. So limit the number of passengers, but you're not going to listen. You're going to go around the corner. You're going to pick up your friends at their house. You're going to go to Starbucks. You're going to be late to school and speeding. And your mama's like, or your dad is like, I just got a message from Power School, because schools across the country use Power School. It says you were late. Must have been wrong. I went to my locker and my teacher marked me late. Well, every Wednesday for the last 3 weeks, I don't know what's going on with them. So, young drivers, the young driver is killed approximately 1/3 of all fatal car crashes involving younger drivers. So, younger drivers have more accidents. With other teens in the car, male drivers nearly 6 times likely to perform illegal maneuvers. So, if we're all guys, I have females in here. If we're all guys, you're going to show off. Man, let's see how fast your mom's Durango Hellcat goes. Man, it goes 200, bro. Push the gas. Let's find out. But girls, you like driving fast too. Because I have a fast truck. A 2022 SRTG. My daughter used to drive it to school. And she said, Dad, I used to race a couple of people. I'm like, what are you doing? She told me, but we speak truth to each other. Okay? You got to speak truth. I'm like, honey, you can't be doing that. Please slow down. Okay? Let's keep it going. So males tend to drive more aggressive, but that is an old statistic. Males and females drive aggressive. You're going to answer the next question. Being a passenger in a young driver's vehicle is more dangerous than the driver. How do you reduce the risk when you are the passenger in a young driver's vehicle? Meaning, what are you going to say to your friend? What are you going to tell them? Are you going to sit back and let them do 60 in the neighborhood? Are you going to sit back and let them run a light? Are you going to sit back and let them do 85 on a ramp? And then they could flip the truck because you see a patch of ice and they're taking a selfie, and you know what's going to happen. Because we have videos on here, I can show you this, but I'm going to show you after you do your work. I need you to answer this. But some of you have something called peer pressure. You're scared to tell your friend, can you slow down? Why are you racing the Cybertruck? You're going to lose. Instant torque. I see you smiling, Samantha. Cybertruck, you're going to lose. Why are you running this light, dude? We're late. So what? Be late. I texted my teacher. He said, take your time. I'm the teacher. I'm like, take your time. We're running late. Take your time. Because some of your teachers really do care about you. And some don't care about you. You should try and let them focus. Only speak about the important things. I like what you said. We're all social. We're all going to think about the new Uggs, the new Cybertruck, the new video games, what's on TV. We're all social. We're going to talk a little bit, right? I get it. I told you I'm pushing through this. I know you're tired. Don't care. I care, but I don't care. What types of vehicles are young drivers driving? I need you to put in the type of vehicle you're driving, the year, make, and model. Again, I need you to put in the year, make, and model. Well, I don't know. How are you not going to know the year, make, and model of the car you're driving? Put in the year. What do you mean? The year. I'm driving a 2020 Dodge Ram truck, 4x4. Year, make, and model. Or I'm driving a 2020 Dodge Ram Bighorns that has the leather, the big touchscreen, some add-ons, right? Some of you are driving SUVs. Some of you are driving Edges, Neons. It really depends on what your parents have available, right? We all know this. I told you I'm getting through this. So I'm looking over the vehicle list right now. A 2000 Dakota truck, not mad. We are not mad. Samantha, we're not mad. Drive that Dakota. A 2024 Ford Escape, a 2018 Jeep Cherokee, not mad. My daughter's rolling in the 2019 Jeep Cherokee, the smaller one. Very safe, been really reliable. 2021 Ford Edge Titanium. Ooh. 2024 Kia. Oh, a Chevy Trailblazer 2005. The Subaru Forester. Woo! Good vehicles, safe vehicles. A 2022 Malibu. Nice, good vehicle. Great first vehicle. A 2020 Jeep Cherokee. A 2007 Mazda 6. You guys rolling good. Julia, why are you shouting at me with the bold face? I'm playing. A 2024 Ford Bronco Outer Banks. I'm just too big of a guy. I can't even fit in there. I tried the Sasquatch, but it cost too much, and it's not enough room because my head would hit the roll bar on the side. A 2024 Chevy Blazer, 2017 Grand Cherokee, 2021 Jeep Wrangler. I do not have a car. I'm switching between vehicles. We not mad. 2020 i330 BMW. Thank you. Rolling nice. So you guys have some nice vehicles. Let's keep going. I want to get through this. So I asked you to put in what type of vehicles, nice vehicles, pretty much safe vehicles. You get a thumbs up. Okay, so in fatal car crashes involving young drivers, 74.5% are driving vehicles that are 10 years old or older. I need you to do some math. If your car or truck is 10 years old or older, put in yes in the chat. Again, if you're driving a vehicle that is 10 years old or older, put yes into the chat. We know that Samantha's driving a 20-year vehicle. We're not mad. It's safe. It's paid for. You're rolling good. Okay, we are not mad. My truck is 25 years old. She's a baby, though. Hey, I'm not mad. I was driving that boy, too. Yeah, we are not mad at all. Okay, so yes. So about a third of you. Okay, it's all good. In fatal car crashes involving young drivers, 35% of the vehicles driven by drivers are 15 years old or older. So we're going to support Samantha, but we're going to share as an example. Sometimes older vehicles don't necessarily have the features. It does have anti-lock brakes. It may not have lane keep assist, adaptive cruise control, but it's a vehicle. It's going to protect her. We are not mad. So what I want you to do, I want you to put in a couple safety features your car has. You're really making us do this? Put in 2 features your car has. Does it have anti-lock brakes? Does it have airbags? Does it have stability control? Does it have lane keep assist? Adaptive cruise control? Put in a couple of things. I'm really making you work. I'm making you think. Put in a couple of things. I told you in 20 minutes, you're going to be working. The first half of the class, I'm giving you this information. Next half, you're going to be putting in that work. And then we'll do some quizzes. We'll see some videos, and then boom. So I asked you to put in some of the safety equipment. You should know. Well, how do I know if my car has ABS brakes? There's a little emblem on your brake pad. Or if you have anti-lock brakes, a little symbol will light up on the dashboard. So emergency lane braking, lane departure warning, airbags, adaptive cruise control. Thank you for going deep. Emergency braking, airbags for a collision, automatic braking, cars, airbags, seatbelts. Thank you. A bit out of. Hey, we not mad though. You still rolling? You got an airbag? You probably have anti-lock brakes. It's all good. It's all good. Cruise control, lane assist, airbags, pre-collision assist. Ashley, you stepping it up, girl. Okay. Okay. I love it. I just want you to know about your vehicles. Now, if we wanted to look up a source, we're not going to today, the Insurance Institute of Highway Safety. They can rank your vehicles. The National Highway Safety Transportation Administration. These are some of the sources. How you doing today? Everything's going good. Give us the thumbs up. Let's keep it rolling. I told you, we're finishing this. Yes, my vocal cords are on fire, but who cares? Fact sheet number 6. And what types of crashes are young drivers involved in? Fatal car crashes involve 2 or more vehicles, 62%. Fatal car crashes of young drivers involve a single car. You hit a light pole, you hit a sign, you go off the road, as compared to 49% of all other drivers. So what does this mean? Young drivers have more crashes than drivers 21 to 34. You have more crashes compared to drivers 34 to 47. You have more crashes compared to 47 to 57, 57 to 67, 77 to 8. You have more crashes because you drive more. You take more chances. Why are most fatal car crashes multi-vehicle crashes? I need you to answer this. Why are most fatal crashes involving young drivers multi-vehicle crashes? Please take a moment to think about this. Type it in. This is your proof you're active in the class. I'll let my vocal cords cool off for a second. Please take your time and put some information in because I want you to own this today, okay? I want you to own this, put your information in, think about safe driving. Think about what your instructor's trying to do, your parents are trying to do. Okay, having a car is a big responsibility. So if you have a job, put in job in the chat. If you have a job, put in job in the chat. Okay? If you have a job, put job in the chat. Okay, put a job in. Put JOB if you got a job. So most car crashes involve multi-vehicles because the driver reacts to collisions or sudden stops or leading to a chain reaction crash. I would definitely agree. Everyone's going over speed. You're going over speed. A car spins out. There's a deer. A truck pulls out. And then you panic and you slam brakes. And there's a multi-car collision. We saw one this morning on the expressway. It was 3 vehicles and a box truck. It was an Amazon box truck. So the state police were there. Looks like everyone got tickets. I don't know what happened. Speeding or bad weather. Thank you. So speeding, bad weather, lack of attention, poor equipment on your car can lead to multi-car collisions. I'm pushing you through. What are road and weather conditions in fatal crashes? 79% clear, dry weather. 79% fair weather, I should say. Fatal car crashes involving young drivers, 70% occur on dry roads. You're going to be tested on this. And I'm trying to get you to pass this test. 13% occur on wet roads. Some of this is a review, but we're trying to get into the head of the young driver. That's what you are, or a driver who hasn't driven. Fatal car crashes involving young drivers occur on wet roads, going too fast. I need you to answer number 2. I want you to put this in. I'm trying to get you involved. Does adverse weather and road conditions affect teen drivers' risk? Why? Again, I need you to answer this. Do adverse weather conditions and road conditions affect teen drivers' risk? And why? I need you to put in your information, please, and thank you. You guys on here right now, get this thing a thumbs up. Thank you for that love. Thank you for that heart. Let's get this thing going, man. Come on. Get some hearts. Give it a thumbs up. Okay? I need you to sign up, and everything will be set up hopefully tonight. You're going to sign up for a one-on-one meeting with me. It'll be set up in the Stand store. I got to put some other information in there, and then you can talk to me. You can ask me questions. Okay, I asked you to put this in. I'm pushing you through. Yes, because snow can increase risk. Drivers could also panic and be unable to stop on slippery roads. Thank you. Yes, because it can cause hydroplaning. I like that. Yes, because teens have less experience on slippery roads. Yes, yes, and yes. Let's keep going. I'm pushing you through. We're on page 10 of 12. Okay. What other factors contribute to young driver fatal car crashes? Not wearing your seatbelt. If you don't wear your seatbelt, you're 30 times more likely to be ejected. More than 75% of those ejections during fatal car crashes die from their injuries. So you as a young driver under 21, some of you won't wear your seatbelt. And if you have an accident, you're going to be thrown from the vehicle. I don't want to go to your funeral. I have for a couple of my students. It's sad. I cried like a baby. It was horrible. Seatbelts increase the chances of surviving a crash by nearly 50%. Wear your seatbelt. 10.8% of young drivers involved in fatal crashes were not wearing. 9.5% of all young drivers involved in the fatal crashes have been drinking, compared to 16.7% of all drivers in fatal car crashes. So if you drink and you drive and you're under 21, the odds are against you that you won't live, because it's illegal. You're under 21. And if you're drinking, that's going to put you in a mental state that you don't want to be in. Question number 1, why are more young male drivers involved in fatal crashes than female drivers? I need you to answer that question. Why are young male drivers involved in more fatal car crashes than female drivers? Please put that in. We do want to make a driving game. I did a live with the game developer, so I'm talking to him. I have a family member who's a game developer. So yeah, we are hopefully going to try to put a driving game together. I think it would be great to help all drivers, and it will be geared toward young drivers under 25, and we're trying to put something together. Yes. Okay, I'm looking at your answers. Young male drivers likely be in a fatal car crash. They drive fast. They drive reckless. They're driving dad's SRT Jeep. They're driving mom's, I don't know, Durango 392, which is a great mid-sized family sedan. Maybe your parents like fast cars, so they got a Durango 392, all-wheel drive, Hemi, fast. They let you drive it. They trust you. But then as soon as you get onto the street, you're racing people. You win most of the time, but you're racing people. You're distracted. How big a factor are distractions? 1 in 3 teens text. This increases your risk by 23%. And crashes in 2016 to 2020 Were young motor vehicle drivers distracted? 58% were rear-end collisions. So if you're distracted, you're more likely to have a rear-end crash. Of those distracted young drivers, 14% were distracted by a cell phone. Sending or reading a text takes your ass off the road for about 5 seconds. Yes, they are driving too fast. And beginning drivers drive too fast. They tailgate. They don't look around and really have good observation skills yet. They will come in time. I tried to plant the seed, talking to your parents, showing you, teaching you, but it's up to your mom and dad. If your mom and dad are kind of sloppy and casual, you're kind of going to be sloppy and casual. If your mom and dad drive really fast, you could drive really fast. If your mom and dad are late getting you to school, they're going to drive fast. And then when you drive, you're going to leave late and drive fast. I speak from experience. But I'm not killing myself because my son or daughter is late. You're just going to be late. I'm not being to work late because of you. What steps would you do to remain focused on the road? We're almost done. What steps would you do to remain focused on the road? Please type it in. Again, what steps would you do to remain focused on the road? I'll share my personal experience in a moment. I'm going to keep it going. You'll appreciate me because you guys have a lot of work to do. Number one, leave early. Get up 20 minutes, half an hour, 45 minutes early. Have your clothes ready the night before. Okay? Have everything set. My backpack is ready. My computer's charged. Everything is ready. I got my clothes all crispy, ready to go. My clothes set for the next 4 days. Right? Then I will have to get some gas in the car because it is low. So either I'm going to have to go out after this is over. I don't want to go out in the morning. You do need to plan ahead. So I have a choice. Do I go out tonight after class is over and get gas? Probably. No stress. I can get gas, get a coffee, chill for a few minutes, say hi to everyone. But if I go in the morning, I got to go get food at the drive-thru. Then I got to go get gas. Everyone else is there, 20, 30, 40 people. It's hard getting into a gas station. Those of you who have been there, it's hard getting out of the gas station. Trying to get onto the expressway is very stressful. Trying to take the main thoroughfare, that's stressful. You have slow drivers. You have fast drivers. You have drivers who are tired. You have guys and ladies in big trucks. I'm not a hater of big trucks. They got those 36s on there, 38s on there, big mirrors out there, right? So you have all types of drivers in the morning. Most of them want to drive at kind of the speed limit, and no one really wants to stop. What if you're in a hurry? What if you're running late? What if they're running late? They're going to cut you off. They're going to tailgate you. They're going to get irritated. Research reveals that young drivers' brains may not be fully developed until age 25. As a young driver, what might this have had on your ability to drive safe? I need you to answer question 3 again. Research reveals that young drivers' brains may not be fully developed until age 25. That's 9 years. That's 8 years. None of you are 25. When you're 25, you should already been out of the house, had your job, maybe thinking about buying a house, not back at home in your mom and dad's basement. Well, I can't find a job. Can I stay with you, Dad? Oh, sure, honey. Well, you're going to be there the next 10 years. So I think just being patient, all of you will make that drive to Cedar Point. Make that drive down south. Make that drive up north. Make the drive out west. Some of you will do those long drives, and your parents are like, here are the keys, you drive. Dad, Mom, I'm tired. We don't care. You want to drive? Drive. But some people don't want to drive because they have anxiety. and then it has to be gradual exposure. Hey, here we go. This is it. Profile of fatal car crash involving young driver. Most of the time it's male. Level 2 intermediate license within the past 6 months. Driving on a dirt county road in the daylight. Straight stretch of road without a traffic control device. Peer passengers in the car. You're distracted. Distraction is present. Failure to recognize hazard. Maybe it's been raining. Maybe there are huge potholes on the dirt road. Maybe it's a soft shoulder. Maybe a truck is going up the hill or down the hill. People love the speed on dirt roads. I've seen it. It's scary. Multiple vehicle crash occurs. Passenger is killed. I need each of you to type in 2 things you learned on the risk awareness. All of you take a moment, because the next hour you're going to be working. And then I'll update the roster. But you're going to be working. I'm going to give you your assignment. You're going to be working. And then when you're done, we're going to do a couple quizzes. You'll see some of the videos, and then you're out. We got a lot to cover. Tell me 2 things you learned from this. This is risk awareness. How do you decrease it? Why are young drivers so reckless? Well, Mom and Dad, I don't mean to be reckless. I'm just young. That's kind of an excuse. Well, you killed your friend. Oh, excuse me, I'm young. In the eyes of the law, ignorance is no excuse. Well, my brain's not developed until I'm 24 or 25. You ran the light and killed a little girl. You're going to jail until you become an adult, and then they're going to put you in the county jail. That's not fair. Well, being young is not an excuse. Being young, you have to be even more careful. You have to make more decisions. Sometimes, Mom and Dad, I can't drive today, or I'm not sure. There's a lot of snow. Can you come out with me? Sure, honey. Shovel the yard first. What? I'm not shoveling. Then I'm not coming out with you. You got to do your part. Car insurance is very expensive. Car maintenance is very expensive. Tires, brakes, every birthday that comes, most of the cars you guys drive are in your parents' name. They have to, every year when a birthday happens, they have to pay for new tags, new registration. That's how states make their money. Gas tax, if you drive an electric vehicle, then you don't have to pay a gas tax, but you have other expenses. I thought this was very powerful. I need all of you to watch these videos. I will be coming with the Stand Store. Hopefully tonight it'll be live and updated. You'll be able to set up a one-on-one call with me for half an hour. I believe it's $9.99. And then we're going to throw in some study guides and some other digital products. I want to say thank you. Watch all of my videos. Bye.